guys, welcome back again to one of the most enthralling Science Scamper series for classes 6 to 8 by Educatup, and I am your super science teacher Ambika. At Educatup, we always ensure to empower all our students as how to think and not what to think. So if you want to experience the same, subscribe to the Educatup YouTube channel. The subscription button is given below, guys. If you like our video, don't forget to press the like button and ensure to hit the bell icon to get all the latest updates from Educatup. Now let's start today's session, and the topic for the day is living organisms and their surroundings. We are the living organisms, so we are going to discuss about ourselves and our surroundings in this chapter. If we talk about living organisms and their surroundings, so there are some living organisms like birds, isn't it? So our birds used to fly in the sky. But other than birds, we can also see kites being flown in the sky. Then we also see clouds moving in the sky. But birds are living. Kites and clouds are non-living. But all three are moving in the sky, isn't it? If I talk about maybe a kind of a table and chair, very good example. Table and chair are fixed. I mean, they cannot move by themselves, isn't it? But they are non-living. And if I say plants, plants also cannot move by themselves, but they are living. So a common feature, that is, they cannot move by themselves, but one is a living organism, that is a plant, and the other, that is table and chair, are non-living. So how we can understand that what are the characteristics or what are the features which defines a living organism and what are the features which defines a non-living organism. So in this chapter, we are going to understand that what are the characteristic features of a living organism, and with those characteristic features, how a living organism can adjust and is adjusting with its surroundings. So now let's start. First, see that what the exact topics we are going to cover under this module. So in this module, we are going to cover characteristics of living organisms and their surroundings, habitats and adaptations, terrestrial habitat and adaptations, and aquatic adaptations. Now let's move ahead. Now, characteristics of living organisms, and we are going to discuss the different characteristics. The first is cellular structure. You all know that cell is the basic unit of life in all the living organisms. So if any organism is considered as living, that means it is made up of cells. Maybe one cell, which makes it as unicellular, or multiple cells, which makes it as multicellular. So now in case of plants and humans, there are many cells which makes up the body. So these two are multicellular organisms, and in case of amoeba and paramecium, it's only one single cell which is present in their body. So that makes them unicellular. But a cellular structure is a must condition for an organism to be considered as living. A table and chair is not made up of cells. They are made up of molecules of solid, liquid, gas, that thing. But a living organism is always made up of a cell, and cell is the basic unit of life. Cell is living. Okay, now let's see the next characteristic feature. Need for food. All the living organisms have a need for food. Maybe unicellular or multicellular, that does not make any difference. But अगर कोई भी organism living है, तो उसको एनर्जी की, फूड की, न्यूट्रिशन की नीड हमेशा होगी, ज़रूरत हमेशा होगी. बिकॉज फूड इज़ द सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी फॉर ऑल लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स और ऑल लिविंग बींग्स. देन नेक्स्ट इज ग्रोथ. If an organism is living, definitely it will show growth, any kind of growth. Plants grow throughout their life. जब तक वो रहते हैं उनमें ग्रोथ होती है, नई लीव्स आती हैं, नए फल आते हैं, नए फूल आते हैं, आपको हमेशा ग्रोथ दिखाई देती है. इन ह्यूमन बींग्स ऑल्सो यू हैव अ ग्रोथ. हेयर ग्रोथ हमेशा रहती है, नेल्स हमेशा ग्रो करते हैं थ्रू आउट द लाइफ. हाइट ऑब्वियसली एक सर्टेन एज तक ग्रो करती है, बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर एक सर्टेन एज तक ग्रो करता है, बट कुछ चीज़ें हमेशा ग्रो कर रही हैं. एनिमल्स ऑल्सो ग्रो टू अ सर्टेन एज. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ पपी बिकम्स अ डॉग in some years. So that is a growth. So if an organism is living, it will definitely show the feature of growth. Then respiration. Respiration is that which you mean to say intake of oxygen and giving out of carbon dioxide. That is your breathing, and with that particular thing you are utilizing that oxygen for the breakdown of the food. So exactly what is respiration? Taking in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide, and utilizing the taken oxygen for the breakdown of the food. That is your complete respiration, and every living organism show this particular feature. Organs can be different to respire, but the process of respiration will definitely be there. Like in case of earthworms respire through moist skin. अपनी नमी वाली त्वचा से वो respiration करते हैं. In case of fish have gills to respire. They have a different organs. Plants have stomata present on their leaves for respiration. Humans have lungs to respire. So every living organism has a different organ to do respiration, but each one of them will do respiration. Response to stimulus. Now what is a stimulus? Any change in the environment of an organism is stimulus, and then its reaction or its response to that stimulus. That means if there is any change in sound, in touch, in light, in temperature, and the way the organism is reacting to that change is your response to stimulus. All living organisms show some or the other change to some or the other response to the change in stimulus. Now for example, if by mistaken you have touched a hot pan, what will be your response? You will take off your hand back immediately. That is a response to the stimulus hotness or the heated pan. Then similarly, if there is a dog and it barks, so that is a change in your sound, the sound which is in your environment. You may get a shocked and you may be surprised to, oh my god, there is a dog. That is a response. So every living organism has this feature of responding to the stimulus. Then excretion, removal of unwanted or waste substances from the body, is something which is done by every living organism. And sometimes in some living organisms, along with waste products, useful products are also thrown out or being released out. In case of humans, sweat, yani ke pasina, carbon dioxide gas, urine, and feces. All these four are the excretory substances which are removed off the body. In case of plants, oxygen, gum, and latex, all the three are extremely useful products which are being excreted out. These three are extremely useful products in case of plants. And in case of humans, we have discussed the useless things. But every living organism is showing excretion. That means removal of any substance from the body. Every living organism will show that. Then, movement. Movement is something, as you must remember, that we have discussed this movement topic in our last chapter, that is chapter that was body movements. That movement is something which is shown by every living organism. Like for example, in case of sunflower. Now sunflower shows the movement by turning itself towards the direction of the sun. That is a movement which is shown by sunflower. It does not change its position, but it shows movement. So movement is a feature which will always be shown by living organism in some or the other way. Alright, now maybe the leaves of mimosa plant, as you touch them, they droop off, murjha jati hain. So that is a kind of a movement. So every living organism shows this feature. Now let's move ahead. Reproduction, that means to make another organism of similar kind, that is reproduction. Reproduction is also a characteristic feature of living organisms. All the living organisms will reproduce. Now some are by laying eggs, some do by laying eggs like birds and snakes, and some do by giving birth to young ones like humans, cats, dogs, isn't it? But reproduction, that means producing the same kind of organism. Re means again and produce means banana. तो दोबारा से अपने ही जैसा organism बनाने का जो feature है, it is present in all living organisms. My dear lovely children, I hope you all must be liking the video. So time to press the like button and ensure to subscribe the Educatup YouTube channel. And if you have any queries, any doubts, any questions and your valuable feedback, you all can put it in the comment box below. Your super science teacher Ambika will definitely revert to it. Now let's move ahead. Now, living organisms and their surroundings. Now, we need to understand few things. What is environment? Everything that surrounds and affects an organism is the environment. For example, if I talk right now, I am in the recording studio, so the smart board, this pen, then the camera, Everything is in my environment, the air, the lights, because everything is present around me and it is affecting me. Like right now you might be sitting in your room, so your laptop or your mobile phone on which you are viewing this video, that is a part of your environment. Then the tube light or the CFL present in your room, the air present in your room, the furniture present in your room. Maybe you are sitting on your study table, so your table and chair. Maybe on your bed, so your bed, the almirah, the cupboards. Whatever is surrounding you right now is a part of your environment. So what is an environment? All the things surrounding an organism and affecting it constitutes the environment. Now, ecology, the study of the relationship between living things and their environment. That means I am a living organism and my environment right now is the recording studio. So, the study which will understand that how a camera is affecting me or how a smartboard is affecting me, that will be ecology. Or for example, in your case, how the video being played on a device is affecting you, that study is known as ecology. Now, if we say environment is made up of always two components, biotic and abiotic. Biotic means the living component, that is the plants, animals, bacteria, fungi, protists. And if we say abiotic, that is the non-living component, that is air, water, light, soil, minerals. So, both biotic and abiotic constitutes the environment always. Now, our next topic is habitat. Habitat means the home of an organism, the place of dwelling of an organism. जहाँ पे कोई भी organism रहता है, उसके रहने की जगह को क्या कहते हैं, उसके घर को क्या कहते हैं? Habitat. Now there are two types of habitat, terrestrial and aquatic. Now terrestrial habitat means the land. जो ज़मीन पे जितने भी रहने की जगह है उसे आप टेरेस्ट्रियल कहते हैं. Aquatic is for water. So whatever habitats are available in water bodies comes under the aquatic thing. So in terrestrial you have three subparts, that is deserts, mountains and grasslands. And in aquatic you have two, that is seas and oceans, which contains the saline water, and ponds, lakes and rivers, which contains the fresh water. So we are going to see each one of them with the kind of adaptation the organisms have to adopt in these habitats. Fine. Now you need to first understand that what do we mean by adaptation. अडैप्टेशन का मतलब होता है ऐसे फीचर्स या ऐसी हैबिट्स डेवलप करना जिससे कि आप एक पर्टिकुलर जगह पे सर्वाइव कर सकें. नाउ फॉर एग्जांपल, द पीपल हु आर लिविंग इन डेजर्ट्स, दे जनरली डोंट गेट कॉलीफ्लावर काइंड्स ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स एवरी डे. उन्हें नहीं मिलता वहाँ पे. तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो भूखे मर जाएं. जो सब्जी वहाँ इजीली मिलती है वो उसे खाने की आदत डाल लेते हैं. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द प्लेसेस विच आर नियर टू द सी कोस्ट, लाइक मे बी अ वेस्ट बंगाल स्टेट, ओवर देयर द स्टेपल फूड इज राइस एंड फिश, बिकॉज फिश इज इजीली अवेलेबल. So that is a kind of adaptation the people living over there have done in themselves, that they are not having a staple diet of chapati or wheat which is not grown in that state. They have a staple diet which is fish, easily available over there. So ऐसे features, ऐसी habits किसी भी organism में organism के through develop होना जिससे वो एक particular जगह पे easily survive कर सके, ऐसे features या habits को हम क्या कहते हैं? Adaptation. Now let's see what happens in deserts. In deserts, the ship of the desert, that is camel. So camel has developed few adaptations in itself. Like for example, hill-like humps used for storing fat. You know that there is a hump on the body of the camel, that is in which it stores a lot of fat, food or nutrition for itself, so that it can survive without eating for many days. Other than that, it has long and bushy eyelashes. It's जो पलके होती हैं वो बहुत लंबी होती हैं, so that the sand does not go inside its eyes. Then it has silt-like nostrils. Nostrils ऐसे slit बना होता है, so that it's able to open and close whenever it wants. जब बहुत तेज़ हवा चल रही है वहाँ पे sand blow हो रहा है, so it will close its nostrils. So that particular feature. Leathery mouth for chewing of tough and dry leaves. Then it has webbed and twin-toed foot. आपने देखा है camel के foot कैसे होते हैं? एकदम पूरा पंजा एक संग होता है. क्यों? Because it should not sink inside the sand. It can walk easily on the sand. Then leathery knee pads for kneeling, so that it can kneel down easily, and strong sturdy thighs so that it can move easily on the sand. If we talk about plants, that what kind of adaptations plants take in deserts, so definitely some plants have long tap roots. that is 7 to 10 meters deep to reach till the groundwater so that they can absorb groundwater. Very long tap roots. Some plants have horizontal roots so that they can, take whatever little bit water or moisture is present on the surface. Then some plants store water in their roots, stem, leaves and use them when it is required. These kind of plants are known as succulents. Then seeds can stay dormant, that means inactive for a very long time, and whenever it is rainy season, they come in the active stage and start growing. So these are the adaptations in deserts. Now, mountain adaptation, that means the animals which are found in mountains. These animals have developed fur over their body to keep themselves warm. Then these animals have thick layer of fat. The polar bear which are found in these kind of places, they undergo hibernation during winter season. That means they go in the dormant stage, and which they also have increased lung capacity. That means they can take in a lot of oxygen together whenever it is available, so that when there is scarcity or less amount of oxygen, they don't feel breathless. Then the plants which are found in mountain regions have the following adaptations. Leaves are small and tough, so not likely to be damaged by snow or hail. Hail आपके जो ओले गिरते हैं. They have tough covered seeds that can survive cold. बहुत ठंडे उसमें भी seeds grow कर जाते हैं, ठंडे weather में भी. Roots grow deep so that they can cope up with the strong winds. यानी कि roots बहुत deep होती हैं ताकि जब बहुत ठंडी और तेज तूफानी हवा चलती है तो जो trees और plants हैं they don't die out. Trees grow triangular in shape so snow can fall down. Triangular shape कैसा होता है? Just like your Christmas tree, somewhat like this. Trees generally have this shape so that when there is a snow, the snow does not stay on the trees, it falls down. Okay. The next is grassland adaptation. Grasslands are the places which have much more grasses in comparison to trees. There are less number of trees and more grasses in a grassland. In case of plants, the plants which are found in grasslands have strong roots and flexible stems so that they can be pulled and broken by the winds not easily. ठीक है, उनके stems बहुत strong होते हैं. They have small leaves to ensure that कम से कम पानी उनसे reduce हो, यानी कि transpiration का rate कम रहे, because trees तो हैं नहीं जो उनको shade देंगे. They are open under the sun, so that is why small leaves are there so that transpiration rate is less and they can survive for long. If we talk about animals, then deer is an animal which is very commonly found in grasslands. It has a strong teeth so that it can chew all the grasses which are available or the stems which are available. It has also long ears so that it can understand or analyze the movement of predators. Predators मतलब जो शिकारी होते हैं, lion, tiger, who are going to come and kill him. Okay, now let's move ahead. Now, adaptations in aquatic plants, that means the plants which are found inside the water. Roots are small because there is no problem of absorption of water. In aquatic environment, you have water only as the medium, so roots are not so important over there. Stems are hollow. Stems hollow होती हैं. Hollow होती है मतलब बिल्कुल उनके अंदर कुछ नहीं होता है ताकि प्लांट एकदम लाइट रहे और इजीली फ्लोट कर सके. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इन केस ऑफ लोटस. Submerged leaves are ribbon-like shaped. Example, tape grass and hydrilla. Floating leaves are large and flat. Like lotus की leaves अगर आप देखें circular होती हैं, एकदम flat होती हैं और easily float करती हैं. If we move ahead, adaptations in aquatic animals, the animals which are found inside the water. So if we talk about ducks and frogs, they have webbed feet. Webbed means attached. Frogs have strong hind leg muscles for hopping. Frogs and toads are amphibians. That means they can also live in water and outside the water. They can survive in both the ways. Fish have a streamlined body. We have already discussed that in the last chapter. And this streamlined body helps fish to swim easily. It reduces the efforts required during swimming. The fins which are present, it helps the fish to keep its body balanced in the water. Dolphins and whales, they do not have gills. They have lungs or blowholes. This is very important because they come under mammals category. Octopus and squid, they do not have a streamlined body, but whenever they want to swim, they can turn their body into streamlined shape. That is a special feature in them. With this, children, we have come to the end of this super amazing session, and I know you all must have liked it. So it's time to press the like button and ensure to subscribe the Educatup YouTube channel. Children, if you have any doubts, any questions, any queries, and your valuable feedback, feel free to put it in the comment box and your super science teacher Ambika will definitely get back to you. So it's time for me to sign out. Till the time we meet again, be happy, be safe and keep enriching yourself with Educatup. Till then, bye-bye children.